If a stranger came up to you and asked you for help, would you do it? If a stranger came up to you and asked you for a favor, how many of us would do it? Be honest with yourself. Would you do it? Random stranger just comes up to you and says, hey, do me a favor. Me, I know I would have most probably done it because I can be a bit naive. But let's say this stranger was a strange man wearing dark glasses. He just said, do me a favor. Would you do it? Or what if this strange man wearing glasses suddenly happens to just show up in your dreams? Would you do him the favor? And what if this favor required you to be butt naked? Would you do it? Would you do this strange man in dark glasses who happens to be showing up in your dreams a favor? Anyway, welcome back, my beautiful net gang. Welcome to another nerd out session with your homegirl, Lee. So today we are nerding out about one of the wildest, most weird, most confusing book I have ever read, Vita Nostra. So this book was originally written in Russian or Ukrainian. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Russian, by Marina and Sergey. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce their surname. I'm sorry. And it was translated by Julia Hersey. So this book is giving everything dark academia. I was immediately drawn to this book. I was immediately in love with everything that this book is all about. It's giving dark academia. It's giving, some magic, some science, some philosophy. You don't really know what is going on in this book, but you know what? You are drawn. So this is actually going to be the first of 2 or 3 parts. I'm not sure. It's a very long book with a lot of characters and a lot of things to get into. And in this video, we're only going to be doing one part. So before I jump straight into it, remember to follow, subscribe, like, and I will give you more content, more consistent content, I promise. Anyway, so our book is about our girl Sasha Alessandra. We meet Sasha. We're going to call her Sasha for the rest of these videos. So Sasha is 16 years old when we meet her. Her and her mom are vacationing at the beach. I'm not 100%, I don't quite remember exactly where they were, but her and her mom are vacationing by the beach, and you can tell right from the bed that Sasha is not from like a rich family. She is raised by essentially a single mom, and this is like the first vacation that they're going to in like forever. And from the get-go, they're talking about how things are very expensive. They actually have to share the accommodation with with 2 other guests, a couple. And this couple is essentially like never there. Like they are always traveling and they're always going to be at the beach. So Sasha and her mom are going to mostly have the place to themselves. And anyway, they're not even going to spend that much time here. And when the book starts, it seems like it could be an ordinary teenage coming of age book about Sasha. She's just really in her thoughts a lot. There's a lot of other teenagers vacationing in the same area, and she doesn't really like. She wishes she could be one of them, but she knows that she's not. Like she knows that she's different, but she doesn't know exactly what it is that makes her different. And her day on vacation is pretty much of a blur. Like she's just going. Most of the time she wakes up, she goes to the beach, she spends the rest of the day at the beach, she comes back, she cooks and she eats with her mom, and that's it, until she realizes that there's somebody following her. There's this guy, weird guy. He has black glasses, and he's literally everywhere she goes, everywhere she turns, there is this guy. And she even tells her mom, like, I think this guy is following me. And the mom is like, I don't think so. This part actually made me a little bit mad. Maybe it's because I'm from South Africa, and if my child, my daughter, came to me and said, a man is following me around, I would have immediately jumped into action. So the fact that Sasha's mom like is like, yeah, it was a bit iffy for me, but okay. So she realizes this man is following her around. This man is like dark glasses following her around. And after the beach one time, they've been there for I think about 4 or 5 days now. They're supposed to spend a couple more days there. I think about 5 more days there. And so it's 5 days into their vacation or 4 days into their vacation. Um, her mom forgets like to get like tomato paste, and they're making dinner, so the mom sends her out to go get the tomato paste. So she goes into the supermarket, and as she is there by the supermarket about to check out, she notices that he is also there, the guy with the glasses. He's also there, and he's clearly watching her. And she's about to pay and she's about to go. And as she's about to go, this guy approaches her, and she's panicking. Sasha is me, because what do you mean? Why is this strange guy coming at me? Like, she's panicking. She's thinking to herself. She's like, no, 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 no. She just knows that whoever this guy is, whatever this guy is, it's not good. It's really not good. So she's panicking. She's panicking. And she's like, I want this to be a dream. I want this to be a dream. And guess what? She wakes up at home. It is the same day. And it's just been a dream. So she's like, okay, cool. Did I dream that? What is going on? So she lets it go, and she goes about her day. Her and mom wake up, they go to the beach, they spend the day at the beach, they come back, and then they realize they've run out of salt. And Sasha has to go to the supermarket to get salt. And she goes to the supermarket, and he's there again. And Sasha thinks to herself, and again, same thing. He's literally coming after her. Like, she turns the corner, he's there. He's there. And Sasha's like, I want this to be a dream. And it's a dream. I think the second time around, I would have woken up, taken a bottle of water, prayed, and poured that water upon myself. Because what do you mean? I will baptize myself. Baptize. I'll baptize myself. I will take holy oil. I'll take the Bible. I'll take everything. Because what do you mean the strange guy in glasses, dark glasses, is suddenly able to manipulate my dreams? Fine, she's awake. Second time. She goes about her day. She thinks to herself, maybe I've had too much sun. Maybe it's just going to my head. Maybe something is wrong. Maybe something is wrong. And cool. They get home, come back from the beach. They're about to make food. And her mom says, oh, Sasha, darling, can you please go to the supermarket? I forgot pasta. Cool. Sasha goes to the supermarket. She gets there. And guess who's there? Same thing happens. Sasha's like, no. I want this to be a dream. She wakes up. This time she wakes up, she asks her mom, what's the date? And mom is like, it's the same date, like the 27th of September or something like that. I don't quite recall the date. And she's like, we are still on the same day. Same day. What is this man doing to me? What is going on? They go by the day, and this time around, she actually doesn't see the guy. But her mom meets this guy. And her mom and this guy have a lot of chemistry. Her mom and this guy are feeling each other. They have, like, they are smiling. Her mom is being giddy, and she's noticing it. She's like, oh, my mom looks happy. My mom looks good. My mom looks everything. Then her mom and this guy start spending more time. They go on dinners and everything. The mom starts spending a lot of time with this guy called Valentine. The mom is smitten. The mom is in love. And the mom is spending less time at home and less time with Sasha. And Sasha, she's like, okay, it's fine. It's okay. It's in my head. It's fine. Cool. Then she goes about her day. She meets this guy again. And the stranger again, he follows her. And the stranger says, and this time he actually comes up to her and says, eventually you have to talk to me. No, I don't. No, I do not. I do not have to talk to you. I will never have to talk to you. I do not know you. I want nothing to do with you. But anyway, the guy's like, eventually you're going to have to talk to me, whether you like it or not, okay? And so they're like, what do you want? And this guy says, I want you to do me a favor. And Sasha's like, no, I want this to be a dream. I want this to be a dream. But she's still there. This time it doesn't happen. She's still there. He's still there. Anyway, she's like, nah, I'm out of here. Buckles out, gone. When she gets home, her mom and Valentine, the guy that the mom has been spending so much time with, they have like a dinner date. And the mom is like, I have to leave. I'm so sorry. You know, I want to spend some time with Valentine. And Sasha is very understanding. She's been raised by her mom her entire life. So she just wants her mom to go and have some fun and be out there. And the mom and her mom goes, and Sasha stays home. And as she's home, she suddenly hears footsteps, and she thinks that it's the roommate, but it is the man with the sunglasses. He comes in there and he says, I told you, you're going to have to talk to me eventually. And so she says, okay, what do you want? What do you want me to do? And the guy says, tomorrow morning and every other morning while you are here, I want you to wake up and go swimming by the beach every morning at 4 a.m. And you also have to be butt naked when you do it. And she's like, what are you, a pervert or something? And he's like, nobody will be there. Nobody will watch you. It's not dangerous. You are going to be okay. I just want you to go out there and do it. So she thinks, no, I'm not going to do it. This man is crazy. But for some reason, she feels like she has to do it because she's actually quite scared. She's really terrified. She's anxious because what do you mean I said I wanted to be a dream and you made it a dream? Why do you mean you made me repeat the same day on a loop? So what does she do? She sets an alarm at 4 a.m. She wakes up before 4 a.m. She gets to the beach at 4 a.m. She goes inside and she has to swim from one position to the other while she's butt naked. And she goes it, the water is a little bit cold, but not too cold. It's actually not even that scary, and she's actually quite surprised. And she goes and she does it. And she swims all the way out and she swims all the way back. And she comes in, she wears her clothes, and she feels sick to her stomach. And she starts throwing up. And when she looks down, she sees gold coins. And she picks up the coins because, it's gold coins. And in her mind, she's thinking, were the coins there the entire time? Or did I throw up gold coins? She convinces herself that the coins must have been there. So she goes home. She goes about the rest of the day. She's actually tired. She sleeps the entire day. Her mom tries to wake her up. She doesn't wake up. The next day, same thing. She wakes up. She sets an alarm. She goes swimming. She throws up again, more gold coins. And third day, she does it again. She throws up more gold coins. On the fourth day, she slips in because her alarm clock does not ring. And she wakes up like at 8 a.m. and she's panicking and she runs to the beach and she's looking for her mom. And when she gets to the beach, there's like a commotion. There's like a bunch of people huddled around somebody who's lying on the ground, and there's like paramedics and everything. And she runs there. She just knows something bad has happened to her mom, and she gets there, and it's her mom. She's there in the middle of that sense of that circle, and but it's not her mom on the stretcher. It is Valentine, the mom's new boyfriend. He is on the stretcher. He just had a heart attack. And Sasha tries to talk to her mom, but her mom's like, I have to go with the ambulance. I'm okay. I have to go. I have to go. So her mom goes, and her mom spends like the entire day at the hospital. And by the way, the mom just met this Valentine guy. She's mom is convinced that she's in love with Valentine. Like, the hospital bill is crazy. She doesn't really know Valentine that much. She doesn't know if he has money. He's unconscious. So the mom uses her own money to pay for Valentine's hospital bills. Mama, mommy, mamzo, no, you just met this strange man. For all I know, this strange man and that strange man could be in working together. What do you mean you want to spend all our money on this guy? Anyway, so her mom is there, but Valentine's family comes down from the UK, because Valentine is from the UK or somewhere like that. I don't know which country he's from, but they come down. It turns out that Valentine is married, and the mom is like distraught. And in the next day, Sasha, like, she goes down to the she's walking down in the city, in the little town, and she sees this guy, and she's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? My alarm didn't ring. My alarm didn't ring. And this guy is like, this will teach you discipline. And what happened was so small. It was barely anything. You are going to be fine. My dude, my guy. And the thing is, Sasha is not 100% sure if this guy, Farid, by the way, his name is Farid. Farid caused Valentine to have the heart attack or not. But one thing that Farid says that chills me to my bones is he says, next time it could be worse. And this will teach you discipline. And I'm like, Sasha's like, what are we going to do? What am I going to do? I mean, I only have 3 days left. And he says, for the next 3 days, do exactly what I've told you. So for the next 3 days, she does exactly what Farid sent her to do. And every single morning when she's done doing it, she throws up a bunch of gold coins. By the last day, they leave. They get on the train. And as they're on the train, Sasha's counting her coins. I think she has 36 by that time. And, you know, like, she's looking at her coins. She's going back home, and her coins actually fall down. She picks up the coins. There's like a kid bothering her, trying to take the coins, and you know, something about Sasha becomes a little bit possessive. She almost like wants to strangle that kid and take the coins back. And in the entire time, I'm thinking, are these coins evil? What's going on here? Anyway, she gets the coins, and she counts her coins. She only has 35 of those coins, and then the other one, like, it's missing. So she looks around the entire train for it, and this random guy by the end has picked up the coins, and he doesn't want to give it back, and he says to Sasha, I'll buy it from you. And Sasha says no, and he's like, it's like he's hesitant to give it back. And he tells Sasha, you know, people have been killed for lesser things. And Sasha's like, just give me my coin, bruh. Give me my coin. Anyway, Sasha gets her coin. She gets her coin. She and her mom arrive back home. They're back home. She's thinking, okay, that's over. I'm never going to see this Farid guy ever again. I can just go back to school and study. Like I said, Sasha's not from a very well-off family. She's raised by a single mom. And her entire life has been about doing well in school, getting into the university. That's all her life has been. She doesn't have a lot of friends. She doesn't, you know, she's just keeps by herself. It's just her and her mom. And she's back home, and she's essentially back to her routine. She's actually finding it weird. She's like, her body wants her to wake up and go like swimming at 4 a.m. But she's like, yeah, that nightmare is over. But that nightmare is not over because guess who suddenly is in her town? Our guy Farid is in her town. And Farid says, we are not done. You have more favors to do for me. I want you every single morning to go running across the park there's like a park nearby, and he says I want you to go running there, do a couple of laps, and after you've done, you have to do, I think, like 5 laps, nothing less, nothing more. When you're done, get to a bush and pee. Sasha's like, what are you, a pervert or something? What is it? Why do you always want me to do things that humiliate me? Why do you want me to do things that require me taking off my clothes? He's like, nobody will see you. You're going to be fine. So she does just that. She wakes up every single morning. She knows that she actually has to drink a couple of water so that she actually can pee. And she runs her laps. And after she scoots and she pees, and after she's done, she throws up more coins. And that's essentially her life for the next few days. There is one day though where she also falls asleep, and that day her mom falls and breaks her arm. And again, Farid says, I'm teaching you discipline. It could be worse. I don't know, guys. Like, the thing is, this book doesn't tell you if it is actually magic or if what is he doing? Like, how does he get these accidents to happen? That's the thing. Like, you just want to know, like, what the hell? What is going to happen next? And anyway, so Sasha's just studying. She's cramming. Valentine, Mr. Valentine, the guy with the wife and the family, he leaves his family and he moves back in with Sasha and her mom. You gonna let some strange dude move into our house? Mommy? Mama? Mamzo? Sasha's mom irritates me. Sometimes Sasha's mom irritates me because what do you mean? What do you mean? What exactly do you mean? You're gonna let some random guy move into your house with your kids, with your kid, man, your daughter, your teenage daughter. Anyway, she just carries on doing what she's doing, and she's studying. And towards the end, like the first end of the climax, like she writes her exams and she fails, which is so weird to me and to everybody else because she worked so hard. Like Sasha, she wakes up in the morning, she does her laps, she pees by the bush, she throws up the coins, she studies, she has no friends. There was some guy who came around for like one day, but she didn't really pay him much attention and he went away. And like, she has no friends. All she does is study, and she fails, and her mom is like super disappointed. And actually Valentine tells her mom that a lot of people actually bribe. And I was like, this sounds like home. This sounds anyway, so don't come at me. Nobody must come at me. So yeah, so Sasha, she fails and she's very depressed because then failing means she doesn't get to go to the university. And she doesn't know what else she's going to do with her life. But her mom is already planning. Her mom is like, listen, you're going to come work with me in my job for the year. You're going to rewrite and you're going to go into the university the following year. And Sasha's like, I don't want to do that. I really don't want. And as and one time, and she's like walking around, she's depressed, and she sees Farid again. Like, his name actually pisses me off. Farid again. If your name is Farid, I'm sorry, but Farid. She sees Farid again, and he's like to her, how many coins do you have? And by this time, guys, remember, at the end of her vacation, she had 36. Now, she has about 430 something coins. Like, that is crazy. Our girl has worked. She has worked. And he says, he hands her a letter, and she opens the letter and she reads it, and it says to her, Alexandra, you have been accepted to the Institute of Special Technologies. And she's like, what is this? What is this? Where is this? And like, oh, it's a university in Topa. It specializes in special technologies. What does that even mean? So she's like, no, I'm not going there. But her mom and Valentine are annoying her. Eventually she decides, you know what, let me just go to Topa and everything. And the last day, Valentine is supposed to go to Topa with her to drop her off. And something happens with his daughter all the way in the UK. And I'm like, what is Farid doing? Clearly he doesn't want Valentine to come with her to the university. In my head, I'm thinking, do they want to like human traffic my girl? Why must she come there alone? So she goes all the way, she takes the bus all the way there, and I mean the train. She takes the train alone, she packs her bags, and she goes to the university. And when she's at the university, as she arrives on the train, there's this other guy. He seems to be a student as well. His name is Kotya. It's a very long Russian or Ukrainian name. I'm just gonna call him Kotya for the rest of these videos. So she meets Kotya, and she actually has like they vibe. They're like, oh, you're going to the Institute of Technology. Me too. And Kotya explains like his father is making him do it, and his father says either he goes into the army, he has to enlist, or he has to come to the university, and he doesn't want to enlist, so he chose to just come to the university. And then there's no trains there, there's like nobody, there's like a ghost town. And they decide, you know what, it's okay, let's leave our bags here. They leave their bags in the storage. They go about to just get tickets to the train to the little town of Topa. And when they come back and get their bags, there's a letter that says, leave now. You know what? As a black person, as an African, I would have immediately gone back home. Ganjani? How? Go where? Who? Me? Never. I'm going home. A letter comes out of nowhere. Someone is telling you leave, and you actually don't leave. You stay. You stay. Girl. Both of you didn't think to use your head. You guys are clearly smart enough to have been accepted to the Institute of Special Technologies, but neither of you used your special brains to leave. You leave. In that moment, you leave. You leave. You leave. You leave. You run. You go back home. You call your mom. You call your whoever. They fetch you. You leave. You do not stay. Because this sounds, reads like the beginning of a very scary horror movie. But the two of them stay. And they get the train and they go into the town of Topa. And the town is actually quite nice. It's like, it's not a ghost town. It's a like normal town with people with houses decorated. It's a proper place. It's a good place. They then go to the institute, and the institute is actually a grand place. It's like a proper place. It's not like huge. It's not like giving Vits or UJ or like, hey, hi UJ, former UJ girl. It's not giving UJ or anything like that. It's like, it's proper. It's like prestige and everything. And she gets there and she gets to the receptionist, and they're like, are you Farid's girl? And she says yes. And she's like, how many coins do you have? And she's like, I have 436 coins. And then the person is like, hand over the coins. And she hands over the coins. I'm assuming that the coins are supposed to pay for her stay, her studies, her everything, because yeah. So they like, okay, this is your dorm your dorm room, go there, and the first thing you need to do is you need to go to the assembly after you've left your bags at the dorm. Her and Kotia, they split because girls and boys are in different dorms. So he goes and she goes, and she goes into her dormitory. There's already two girls there, Lisa and Oksana. I don't know how I feel about Lisa, but I had mixed feelings. Like, she's like this very pretty, very like athletic body, very I'll speak my mind type of girl. And then there's Oksana, who's like bubbly and cheerful, and she is a girl's girl. She loves you, she'll take care of you. And Lisa is just, I'm better than you type of girl. But I also feel like Sasha has I'm better than you type of thing. Like, hear me out, hear me out. She does feel like she's different from everybody else, which for me, sometimes when people think that way, it shows signs of narcissism. Yo. It shows signs of being a narcissist. Because she does feel like she's smarter, or like she does, like Sasha's character, and we'll deep dive into her character just slowly, softly. But the way Sasha is written, I do think that she is a little bit narcissistic, and Lisa is definitely narcissistic. So I knew from the get go that they were not gonna click. They were not gonna click. They are not gonna click at all, at all. So they then go to the assembly, and they're all first years. They get there. So they get into the assembly room, and the guy, this guy's there. He comes up. He's actually not dressed formally. He's dressed like casually. His name is Potnov. You're gonna get to hear a lot about him as we go on. Potnov, he gets in and says, "Welcome, you're all students now. To start, we're gonna sing the school hymn." So they all jump up and they start singing. And the song is somewhere like, when our youth is done, when we are in old age, the earth will have us back. It reminds me of my in high school. We used to say, in the morning of my life, I shall look to the sunrise. Na 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 na. When the world is new. But but there's somewhere like that, and the ooh 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 um the song actually goes into something about Vita Nostra, which is the title of the book, and it essentially is translated. It means death will have us all. I found that weird. Like, what type of institute has like a school song that says death will have us all? Like, I know our high school one was a bit weird because, like, in the morning of my life, I should look to the sunrise. In a moment, that was more like cheerful, right? I shall look to the sunrise when the world is new, you know. But Vita Nostra just says death will have us all. Like, that's so weird, right? Anyway, he comes on. He tells them, "Oh, you guys are gonna have guys are gonna be split into two groups, Group A and Group A and Group B, right? So Group A is everybody whose advisor is Ferret, and this other lady, I forgot her name. So if your advisor is that person, you're in Group A. Everybody else is in Group B. Group A is the like more special, more tougher, more whatever kids. So they're in Group A, and everybody else is in Group B. So Sasha is part of Group A, Lisa is part of Group A, Kotya is part of Group A, Oksana is part of Group B. And so it says to Group A, to them, Group A, your first class is going to be specialty. Other than specialty, you're going to have other classes like mathematics, history, the basic classes. But the main class is going to be specialty. So they go to specialty, and like some books. The books look old, like they look crazy. And then he nominates a prefect. He nominates Kotya. And by the way, this is when we learn that Kotya's surname is the same as Farid's surname, meaning Kotya is Farid's son, and everybody they hate him because everybody they hates and is afraid of they actually are afraid of Farid. So even Sasha's like, why didn't you tell me? You told me that your dad is the reason why you're here. He's like, yeah, my dad is the reason why I'm here. So that's that. They get to open the books. They open the book, and the books is a bunch of rubbish. Complete rubbish. Like, nobody can understand it. Doesn't make sense. And he says to them, Potnov, that is, he says to them, you have to summarize all the books. You have to summarize this entire module 1. And the highlighted portion, you actually have to recite it back to me. It's literally a bunch of rubbish that nobody can understand. And he says, well, go, read it. The words will come to you when they come to you. And so they go about the rest of the day. They meet like some teachers. Some teachers are normal. Like there's even a very hot, sexy teacher that all the girls are into. Like everything is normal. But what strikes Sasha as odd is all the second, third years, they don't look normal. It seems like they glitch. Like they will be talking to you and they just freeze. And then they carry on. And like some of them, like when they're walking through doors, they always bump the ledge because it's as if it's as if like they don't know where the door is. And one of them actually has like a bandage over his eye, and it's very alarming. And I was like, guys, run. You guys didn't run when you got that letter. Run now. Run now. But anyway, so the book gets a little bit less, like, because I think it's so weird. It's so difficult to read because you, as a reader, you try to understand what Sasha is reading or what she's seeing, and you cannot make sense of it. Like, there's no actual magic. There's no abracadabra. There's like, you're learning, and the stuff that you're learning is insane. It's like, it will be like you have an exercise to do, exercise 1 to 6, and exercise 1 says, do you see the circle? Put the circle inside the square and make sure that there's 2 centimeters left. Oh, and you're not putting it in a paper, you're doing it in your mind. So in your mind, you have to imagine a circle and imagine a square or a rectangle, and then in your mind you imagine yourself putting the circle inside the rectangle without touching the edges and making sure that you leave 2 centimeters. And so she does it. They all do it. And all of them are struggling. Kotia is struggling. Each and every single one of them is struggling. All of them, including Sasha. But Sasha is a fast learner, and she's quite impressive that all her other fellow students, they actually get jealous of her. Because Potnov always like praises her and everything, but every time he praises her, he gives her like a harder exercise to do. Like one time he says to her, I'm giving you the gift of silence, and that means that she has to be silent the entire time. And Sasha's like, how are you gonna monitor that, bruh? I'm just gonna talk. But she literally cannot speak. Like, she can't speak. Like, she tries to, but no words leave her mouth. And I'm thinking to myself, what magic are they using? What magic are they using? What magic are they actually using, guys? What magic are they using? She's silent. Oh, and in this time, like, she's always fighting with Lisa because Lisa likes smoking in the room, and Sasha doesn't smoke, and she's asked him not to a couple of times. Like, there's a lot of like cliquey, high schooly type of things going on, which it's good. It's really good when you're going through the headache that is this book, to then have some normal beef between girlies. Like, that's better. Oh, and then, oh my God, we learned such a crazy little thing. And I don't know how I feel about this. You remember how I said most of these kids had to do crazy things to get into the school? Like, it's not just Sasha that was given a task to do. All of them had. And it seems as if Lisa's task involved her. Like, I don't know if it was coercion. I don't know if she was forced. I don't know if I feel like Lisa was sexually assaulted. I feel like Lisa was sexually assaulted as part of the task, because Lisa's story is that, like, she met a guy. The guy asked for a favor. She didn't do it. And Lisa hates Kotia, by the way. And the next thing, oh, she meets Ferret. Ferret asks her for a favor. She doesn't do it. Her boyfriend is imprisoned, apparently for murder. And then she knows that it has something to do with this. So she says, what must I do? They like, go to a bar, stranger's gonna approach you, you need to do whatever the stranger that does. And she does, and she actually has to sleep with this guy. And when she's done, she also vomits some gold coins. So I feel like she was sexually assaulted. Like I actually went into Reddit to see what other readers think, and there's like a lot of discord about this, because there's a lot of discourse about this, because a lot of people are saying it's not explicitly said whether she's sexually assaulted and whether the person that did it was Farid, Kotia's dad, but it's sort of like sort of implied. And so I saw a bunch of arguments about it. Like, some people like, no, she wasn't. Some people like, yeah, she was. And whether it was Kotia's dad, Farid, or someone else, it's quite very unclear. But that's how Lisa got into the school. And I just found that a bit sad. Like, I found that really, 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 really sad. And so anyway, we go back to Sasha, who's, going through her exercise, and she's actually doing it, right? And the thing is, exercise 1 says put the circle inside the square. In your head, you do it. Then exercise 2 says take the square plus circle and make it rotate in your head, and you do it. And you have to keep doing, like, you have to keep doing it. And the more you get to these exercises, the more you are able to actually start memorizing the gibberish that is in the textbooks. And it's like, it's insane. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And Sasha kind of like becomes addicted to the dopamine hits that she feels every time she solves one of these very, very challenging things. And it gets to a point where, like, everybody sees her, like, she's changing. She's more like outspoken, not outspoken, like she doesn't talk to people, but like people say rubbish to her, she will fight back. And that's not who Sasha was. Sasha was not a fighter. But now she's like, come at me. Come at me, bruh. Come at me, bruh. Guys, this book is so long. I feel like there's so many things that I might be browsing through. So you have to pick it up. You have to pick it up and read it. It is insane. Anyway, so Sasha is going through that. They seeing that she's becoming a little bit aggressive. Anyway, spring break or the summer vacations or whatever it is comes around, and she goes back home. Even her mom sees, like, Sasha, something is weird about you. Something is strange about you. What's going on with you, girl? What's going on? Yeah, it's very weird. It's very, very weird. And even when she's home, she hates home. She doesn't feel like she belongs at home. She feels like she belongs at the Institute of Special Technologies. And she goes back for the second semester, and now they have exams and everything. And it's like, it's really interesting seeing that part of dark academia. It is also very weird. That's like the word that keeps coming to mind. It's all weird. So it's all very, very weird. It's all very, very insane. It's all over the place. And it's quite interesting, really. Like, to think that the human brain can do that. I think I might be dumb, because I will not manage to do half of the stuff that Sasha would. I don't think anyone can. And the thing is, they don't even know why they're doing it. They don't even understand what's going on. Like, it's very sad. It's very, very sad, but it's also very, very interesting. And so the exams come around, and Sasha passes very well. Like, she actually gets exempt from doing the exams because of how well she's doing, and everybody else writes. And I remember the three people in group A failed, and three people in group B failed, but they get a chance to make it up. Kotia failed, Lisa fails, I forgot someone else failed. And yeah, so when Kotia fails, his grandmother dies. And it's like, it's so what's confusing is you don't know if the school is doing this, if Ferret, Portnov, they're doing all of this or not. You don't know. Like it's so, it's maddening. It's maddening, but it and that's how they get these kids to stay in line and to stay in school and to study and do their best, because they don't know if they are or not. And so the fear, the anxiety that they are putting in you through, and it really shines a lot of light into academia. And I know a lot of us love dark academia, but it's insane, guys. It's absolutely insane. And Lisa decides to stay instead of going home and helping Kotya with his exams to ensure that he passes, and she does. And after that, she goes home. And then when she's going home, she actually sees that guy, the other guy that I told you about that she almost liked. I forgot what his name. That's how he's so like, he's not even he's so like, he's here and there, so you don't really remember everything about him. But she hangs out with him, like bunch of school from back when she was in high school, but bunch of kids that were with her in high school, and they're so different now. And she's like, they're not different. She just thinks that they're different. She thinks they are. I told you, Sasha is kind of narcissistic. And she's like, okay, okay, okay. She hangs out with them, and after that, her and this guy are walking back home. And as they're walking back home, they see that this guy is getting like robbed by these four guys. And the guy she's with, he dips. And Sasha, for some odd reason, she finds the power of God or whatever it is, and she, confronts this man. And we don't get told what happens, but at the end of it, Sasha is sitting there, covered with blood, and those men are not moving. So what has Sasha become? Or what is Sasha becoming? And that is the end of part 1. Oh, guys, I'm not even in a hurry. Like, I was not even in a hurry to finish this book, because it's like a series. Like, I need this to be made into a series. I would watch the series. It is so insane. It's so, oh my gosh. Oh my god. Like, it's a mind fuck. It is like, a lot of people actually say they don't like this book because of how it can be a little bit slow. It can be all of this and that. But I'm like, I'm here for it. I recommend this book. I'm not done yet. I'm almost done with part 2. Then I'm going to part 3. Depending on how part 2 ends, I will make another video, and then most probably I'll just read through part 1 and part 2 and just do the entire thing. But oh my god, oh my literal brain, this is such a good book. This is such a good book. It's so weird. And I feel like, okay, my one critique of this book is that it could have been shorter. I feel like it could have been shorter. And then, because a lot of this is very like, she's just going through the models, the modules, she's going through the exercises. You as a reader, you don't know what the hell is going on. So get through that. Just get through that. But oh my god, like, you guys can leave a comment and tell me, what do you think about this Institute of Special Technologies? What do you think they are being taught? There's a lot of the students themselves, they have theories. Some of them, they theorize that they're being trained to be spies. Some of them are being theorized, they think that they're being like, that the teachers, the school, and everybody are aliens, and they are teaching them to be aliens. Someone else said that they're programming them to be like these AI. My own personal theory is that they are making them evolve. They are forcing them to evolve above the human boundaries or the human limits. You know that our brain, we as humans use like very little percentage of our brain. So maybe they are unlocking the other percentage of your brain. And I mean, that's oh my gosh. You guys have to read this book. You guys have to read this book. But that is it for me for part 1 of Vita Nostra. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what your theories are on what they are training them to become, what they are teaching them to become. And see you guys in part 2. So I don't know if part 2 is going to be the rest of Vita Nostra. You guys will tell me. I have like 3 other books that I have read. Actually, I need to show you guys one of the books that I'm reading right now. So I have to show you this. I have to show you this. So first of all, I'm like a giddy child. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So one of my favorite finds, one of the favorite things I got from Comic-Con this year is this book. Lumina by Anoshi. Again, I'm gonna like butcher her surname. I actually met her. She's such a sweetheart. She's a South African author. This book is set in South Africa, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm genuinely obsessed. This is literally my next read. Like, I cannot wait to read this one. And as part of when I got this book, she also gave me like this very cute candle. Like this very, 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 very cute candle, guys. Do you see that? Like, I already have like my brother got me 3 or 4 of these. The Dragon Ball Z, the not the Dragon Balls. I do have the Dragon Balls somewhere. But he got me the Game of Thrones candles. They're metallic. There are 3 of them, like gold, I think reddish and green. And so I was so excited to get this one. I'm so excited. And she actually signed the book, guys. Like, she signed the book. Just look at that. Like, I cannot wait. You guys comment, like, share. Tell me if you guys want me to go straight into reviewing this book. And I know for a fact that I'm gonna finish this one really, really quickly because it looks like it's gonna have me by the throat. Oh, and another thing I got from Comic-Con was this cutie. This cutie. I have more things from Comic-Con all around the house. I will show you the rest during our other videos, but that's it for me, guys. Love you so much. I enjoyed spending this time with you. Please like, share, comment, and I'll be back with part 2 of Vita Nostra, or book reviewing Lumina, or book reviewing The Girl with the Clock Heart, because that's another book that has me by the throat. Anyway, bye.